What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and I am joined today by Tyler.
What's up?
And today we are here to talk about the PS4 Slim and the PS4 Pro. We're going to give our thoughts. We now know the release date. We know the price on both. So we're going to talk a little bit about what we think about both of them, and we're going to kind of talk about what it means to Sony, what it means to Microsoft, and what it means for the rest of this mid-console generation. So, Tyler, let's just go quick and easy. What did you think really fast on the Slim's price and release date?
I gotta tell you, I am pissed. I am royally pissed. And no, I mean I am actually. 300 is just way too high. It should have been 250, like I said. I really don't get what they were thinking with $300. Now you go into why, because the components are cheaper now and all that stuff, but there's absolutely no need for the PS4 Slim, the new standard PS4, 3 years later.
Right.
When you now have a high-end PS4 for only $100 more. That doesn't even make sense. Why would you buy the regular Slim?
Yep.
I just don't get it. Date-wise, September 15th, I honestly don't care. Actually, I'm glad it's that. I don't know. It's like a refresh, basically. And 3 years later, that's good. I mean, if it came out after the PS4 Neo, it wouldn't make sense.
Right.
So I don't know. Well, and also to get it out there in time for the November holiday season, so that it can be dropped down to 250 for Black Friday for the whole month of November, probably, and almost all of December, I'm sure. But at least, definitely all of November, it will be priced at 250.
Right.
But it could have been 200, and it would have sold like gold. And I think gold sells well. But it would have sold like crazy, I guess. It would have sold like Halloween candy the day before Halloween.
Yeah. Yeah, the price, I think, is a little too high. Like we said in our predictions, we thought it would be around 250 or 200. So this is coming in a little bit higher than we expected. The date's good, but you're right. I mean, with the way it is now, I think it should be cheaper. And with what we know, with the 500 gigabyte being 300, and then the possible 1 terabyte being 350.
No, not possible. They actually announced it today that there's a 1 terabyte model, but they didn't say the price yet.
Right.
But it's like, what are you going to price it? You can't price it at $350. $50 more, you get the 1 terabyte Pro.
Yep.
Well, why wouldn't you spend 50? They screwed up so bad, Alex.
Yes.
I actually can't believe that they made a mistake like that.
Yeah.
I
After
really
their
can't.
godlike E3.
It's actually a huge. They messed up big time. Messed up big time. Too worried about pricing it competitively with Xbox, which they'll drop they'll just drop the price and like watch. So November, or no. You watch around October, probably like October 20th or around that. Xbox One S will drop down because it's $299 right now. That'll drop down to $250 for the holiday season. Then they'll announce before Christmas. They'll announce that is the new price of the Xbox One S, $250. So now they just fucked PlayStation, and PlayStation actually just fucked themselves.
Yeah.
Because now they're stuck at the 300 range, and they're not going to just come up with a system in September. They're not at Microsoft. They don't just drop the price every few months because they're not selling.
Yeah.
So it's just I know it's Scorpio. It's just what a disaster.
Yes.
My
But speaking of possible disasters, the PlayStation Pro.
Yeah.
PlayStation 4 Pro comes out November, $400.
November 10th.
November 10th. Right. So a little bit after VR. They give it about ironically, Slim comes out, then around a month later, VR comes out, and then around a month later, Pro comes out. So it's a PlayStation system.
And you want to know? Here's ecosystem. Here's another problem I have with the price of the new standard PS4 at $300.
Yes.
When the VR comes out, don't they want people to buy the VR?
Yes.
Wouldn't they want people? And people who have PS4s, day one people and people from this year and last year and whatever, people who now have this original PS4, a lot of them will get the VR. Not all of them, not right away. I won't be, you will be, but I won't be. To spend like that on a thing that probably doesn't have that many games.
Right.
But you
That's
could say the
understandable.
same thing. But you could say the same thing about the PlayStation 4 Neo or the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Yeah.
Why would you spend $400? Yeah, it's a high-end thing, but there's still no games. There's still no games out that make it worth spending $400 on the thing that was out 3 years ago when it launched at the same exact price. But we'll get into that. But with the PlayStation VR, $400, right?
Yep.
Okay, so some people don't have PS4s yet, but now that it's priced at $300, or when it's priced at $250, I should say, for the holiday season, $250, people will spend $250, but are they gonna want to spend $400 also on the VR? Because don't you want to kind of bundle that together? So now you're looking at, without the holiday season, you're looking at $300, $400. You're looking at $700 plus tax. Holiday season, you're looking at $650 plus tax.
Right.
That's a lot of money because you didn't even get any games yet, and that's only with one controller. And that's not, well, the VR probably will come with the camera. We hope so. Who knows though? I think it does, but I'm not honestly sure. Don't quote me on that because I'm starting to doubt that. But
yeah.
But so if they would have priced the frickin' standard PS4 at $250 MSRP, or suggested retail price, I should say, then holiday season it would have been $200, and then a $400 VR system that's $600 instead of $650. And you might be saying, well, $50 isn't a big deal. But $50 is actually a major deal. $50 is a huge deal because it's a whole game. Or it's a whole something else for $50. That's why, like, $250 compared to $300, it doesn't sound big. It's actually huge. It's actually huge. So they actually really did shoot themselves in the foot, and they don't even know it, and they might know it, but I don't think they do, because I think they might have kind of forgot. Oh yeah, we have this thing called VR coming out, PlayStation VR. That's priced at $400, the price of another console. Yeah. As we're launching a new, slimmer, lighter, standard PS4 at $300, $100 less than what we priced it at 3 years ago, along with a new, high-end console that not a lot of people are going to even buy because not a lot of people even have a 4K TV for $400. Who's going to buy a fucking Neo and a VR bundle? $800 plus tax, no games? I mean, seriously, like, you're gonna have to spend $1,000 for fucking Christmas or whatever to even have like 2 or 3 games on this thing for people who don't have it yet, or people who, I don't know. I don't even know.
Yeah.
I don't even
well,
know.
I mean, what you would hope is around Black Friday.
It's not even PlayStation Plus. And you need to get PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
It's not even including that.
What they should hopefully do for Friday.
Which just went up, Alex, to $60.
Yep, is they raised the price.
That also just went up.
Yeah.
Holy Jesus.
Yeah. I guess you'd hope that around Black Friday, if they could have a bundle of the Slim and the VR and have it be
and a game or
maybe
two.
If you had a game or two, you had, I was gonna say 550. I think that would be extremely good.
Yeah, it's possible. 549. That's actually a strong possibility.
Yeah.
But Jesus Christ, I mean, I don't know, and I forgot about VR earlier too, but like VR actually really throws a thing into it. And then also, like I mentioned, or we mentioned, then do you want a 500 gigabyte standard PS4, or do you want a 1 terabyte PS4?
Right.
Oh my God! Holy Jesus Christ!
So
and
that's...
again, there's only a few really good games out.
Yeah.
Yes, this holiday season we're gonna have Call of Duty, which does look a little better than they usually do. We're gonna have Battlefield 1, which is really good based off of what I've played in the beta. What other games are? I mean, there's not actually that many coming out.
Yeah.
Oh, The Last Guardian.
Last Guardian. Mafia
Tomb
3,
Raider,
maybe. Tomb Raider.
Mafia 3, who knows how that'll be. But, like, there's not all these amazing, oh my god, I can't wait for that. Because all of those games that I can't wait for are next year. Are games that we saw at E3. So it's like, why would I want to spend all of that money, or even why would I want to buy a VR right now when you haven't actually showed me any games that are really good and like first party, like super AAA or whatever you want to call it, Naughty Dog level games with VR? Like there's none. They don't exist.
Yeah.
It's all like little stupid demo type things. So it's like VR's out. PlayStation Neo, I don't have a 4K TV. Not a lot of people have a 4K TV. They're still expensive. So I keep saying it, Neo, the Pro. So like that cuts down on a lot of people. And they said you don't need a 4K TV. It will still upscale to make it, but it's not going to be the same.
Right.
So it's just.
Yeah. So what? So now. So the Pro, we know what it's about. We know it's 400. Is a really good price for it. The date.
Yeah, I think 400 is good.
Yeah, the date makes sense. It's just, and we've talked about it before, but and how you said it, really, they really have gone the dividing route with, having 40.
And they haven't. They did without meaning to. If
Yeah.
they would have did it the right way, they would have did it the right way.
Yeah.
But they didn't. What they should have did, Alex, is they should have cut. This is where not only should they have put the PS4 Slim at 250, they should have pushed it to 200, and then what they should have did is put the PlayStation 4 Pro. They should have priced it and just bit the bullet, and it was sold. They should have bit the bullet and priced that at 350, and then said this is the new standard PS4.
Yeah.
That's what they should have said. This is the standard PS4. Called it either PS4 Pro or just PlayStation 4. And then they should have called the PS4 Slim the PS4 Slim. And there should have been less components in it too. Or not less components, but like they could have done, there's stuff that they could have did to make it a lower, not a lower end, but like a true casual gamer console. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's how they should have done it. They should have made it so the new standard PS4 is the one with 4K, higher CPU, and all that. Not make it a high-end, almost iPhone-like, do you want the iPhone 7 or do you want the iPhone 7S? Well, the 7S, that's the more premium premium phone, so it costs $100 or $200 more, but you get you get a better camera, you get this, you get that. That's what they're doing with the PlayStation. But the thing is about iPhone, they want you to buy the S. PlayStation yesterday made it like they didn't even know why you should buy the Pro.
Right.
They actually didn't really know. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And you know why they didn't know? Because they actually want that to be the regular standard PS4, but they don't quite know how to tell you that because that would mean that it would have to be more expensive, and there really wouldn't be a price drop at all. It would be priced the exact same price as it is right now.
Right.
So you know what I'm saying? Like they didn't quite, or still don't quite know like what they're doing with these two consoles.
Yeah.
But if I was in there, I feel like if they would have did what I just said, it would have worked so much better. Because now people get, okay, now I get it. It runs 4K. I don't need a 4K TV, but it's okay though. It's priced at 350. It will upscale my games. It has the high dynamic range, so it'll make my games look better. Even if I don't have a high dynamic range TV, it's 2 times more powerful. Things will run smoother. It'll run better. So now I can justify that, okay, this new PS4, this refreshed PS4, yes, it's priced the exact same, but it's because it's literally 2 times better than the one 3 years ago. and if I don't want to buy it, it's fine. If I want to buy one for my other room, or if one dies and I just don't feel like spending $350, I'll spend $200 on the PS4 Slim. So there's less in it, and I know there's less in it, but I'm okay with it. It's the lower end PS4. But that's not how they did it.
Right.
They made it standard, and they made it high end. But they made it so the prices are, you don't even know where you fall. Do you want to spend $100 extra, or don't you?
Yep.
They totally messed up.
So now,
and Kellen was saying no one asked for it, and he's right, but he's wrong. And Tim was right, and I agree with Tim from Kind of Funny. What he was saying was the exact same thing that I said in the predictions video. This is what they do with phones every year. There's a new phone every year. We should be happy there's not a new console every year, and that's not what they want to do. But we should get used to the fact that this is how they're going to do consoles from now on. Well, Sony, because Microsoft's not, but Sony and who knows who else, if anybody else jumps into the ring or whatever, that's how they're going to do it. If it's a 6-year console cycle, it's actually a 3 and a 3-year console cycle. You're going to get midway consoles. That's how they're going to do it.
Yeah.
It's because it's never going to be like an 8 or 9 year cycle again. That's not how it's going to be. 4 to 5 years, and you're going to have a new generation console every 4 to 5 years.
Right.
That's how that's just how it's going to be now. Because that's the business model that they're turning it into. Because they have to. Because technology, like I said in the predictions, that's how technology goes. It advances every 6 months. So 3 years later, man, they're freaking behind, and it shows. If you have a console 3 years old that you can now double what it can do, well, that means that in 6 years you can quadruple it. Well, you know what I'm saying? So that's a big difference. That's a huge gap that developers would have they'd have a super hard time working with. Quadruple the amount of power out of all of a sudden nowhere.
Right. So
it's a necessary evil, but the way that they marketed it consumer-wise, I get why they did it developer-wise and their ecosystem-wise, but consumer-wise, they screwed up, which is unfortunate because I was hoping that they didn't.
Yeah, me too. So you fully expect to keep your PS4 that you own until we get to the PS5?
I would never trade it in or anything like that. If mine doesn't die, well, obviously, if mine doesn't die, I'm fine with what I got because we're all getting the HD. We're all getting the high dynamic range update next week.
Right.
So all of our PS4s are gonna make our games look a little bit better, hopefully.
Yep. And I even saw a tweet from another guy that echoed what we said earlier, in that how Scorpio is gonna hold, or how PlayStation 4 Pro is gonna hold Scorpio back in terms of really getting to the next main thing, and how he even said you're not gonna get games at the highest potential until after probably both, which is actually bad for Scorpio because it's probably going to come right at the tail end of its life. Because the Scorpio is just going to end up holding.
Oh, right.
Or the Scorpio.
By the 3 years into Scorpio's life.
Yeah.
And they won't want to come out with another console. There's probably not going to be an Xbox 2S. I doubt that they'll do it. It's possible, but they basically said they don't see the point. So yeah, like games will be made, but then it'll max out that console. But then it's like, well, that's 3 years into the Scorpio, but that's probably only 1 year into the PS5. So what are you gonna do? Are you gonna hold back the PS5? Because you got 2 more. Man, like and like you said earlier, Microsoft, and I don't want to blame it on them, but it is fully their. Microsoft really fucked this whole console generation up. And because of this console generation, it messes the next one up. Because they did not make a system equal to the PS4. They just didn't. When you had games that couldn't even run at 1080p, they were running at 900p, and then everything else, and then you're holding back every single game. I mean, this is known. Like, it was tweeted out by all these developers, like, we have to hold back the PS4 version to make it comparable to the Xbox version. But that's not good. So that's going to carry throughout. So yeah, PS4 Pro is going to hold back the Scorpio for a little bit. But then when the PS5 comes out, then they'll be able to do better. But then it's like, okay, but what happens when you can now, you still have 50% more on the PS5 that you can reach and you could get to, but you're already at 100% of the Scorpio. Now what do you do?
Right.
Like, it's just that's, you know what's going to happen? That's when these third-party studios start to only make exclusive games. That's what's going to, or either exclusive games, or they just don't care how they run on Xbox. And I think that's what they're going to do. They're just not going to care. Well, if there's bugs and it's laggy, then we'll patch it later, but we got to do what we want to do, and the PS5 is the way that we're doing it. Right. But they totally... Xbox is the reason that this happened. Well, no, that's not fully true. Xbox is a big reason, and the advancement in technology, how quickly technology advances is the other reason. Right. That's why this has happened.
Yep, and now everything's kind of shifted.
Because everybody's held back a little bit.
Yep.
Everything's, this isn't, and like Colin said, they gotta, it's not about power and visuals and all that stuff. Obviously we want things to look good, but make a good game, please. Make a good story for once. There's only a handful of games that are actually really good. And I can only think of Last of Us, Uncharted 4, I mean, what else? I don't even know. The freaking Beyond Two Souls, that was nothing. Heavy Rain was a good game. Really, when you think about it, kinda.
Well, at the time.
God of War 4, I'm sure God of War 4 will be very good.
Yeah.
But like, there's only a handful of really good games that like you sit down and like when you're done with them, you're like, wow, like that was actually one of the best games I've ever played. You don't say that much, ever, actually.
Yeah.
So it's like, and again, like I get the technology thing. It's for them. It's for the devs and all that stuff. But but make a good game. You don't have good games. Like I have no idea what I'm gonna play tonight. I don't even know what I'm gonna play. So actually, I told you earlier I'm not buying NHL 17. That's why I just pre-ordered NHL 17. Because I don't have no idea what I'm gonna fucking play. I don't. I don't even know. I just traded in on Amazon a few games, got $76, and I bought NHL 17. I didn't even want it. I have nothing to play. I have No Man's Sky I could do, but how often can you play that?
Yeah.
Battlefront sucks. Uncharted 4. The more I play it, the more I get, in my opinion. The Witcher. I kept playing it and playing that. I don't want to. Fallout. I don't care. It's like there's nothing, and this is a problem. This is a huge problem. It's a huge problem because what do I have to look forward to this holiday season? Battlefield 1, totally. Battlefield 1. But again, like how much can you play that? It's fun when I'm playing with friends like Nick and Pat and whoever else. But how much can you play that? Mafia 3, possibly. Hopefully that's good. We don't even know.
Yeah.
What else is there, Alex?
South Park, Last Guardian.
South Park. Thank God for South Park. There's South Park, but that's so far away. The Last Guardian, I'm gonna wait on because I don't trust it yet.
Yeah. Final Fantasy 15 is way too iffy to be considered.
15, I'm not even. I gotta wait on. I have only 2 games. We probably just named 5 or 6 games. I have 2 games that I know for a fact are gonna be good. Battlefield 1, South Park. And guess what? Does South Park need a fucking PS4 Pro 4K HDR? It's South Park. No, it doesn't. The way it looks on this system is how it would look on the PS5, and it's how it would look on the PS6. Because that's how it looks on the show. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
good.
Good
games don't need. Yeah.
No, they don't need Telltale Borderlands. Did that game look good? It looked all right. Was it a great story? It was a fucking fantastic story, and I don't think I've ever laughed that much at a video game, besides South Park. And I had so much fun, and I loved it. Loved it. Did that look good? No. Did that need a PS4 Pro? No. Did it need an Xbox Scorpio? No. Did it need 4K? No. So it's like, why do I need it? I don't need it. But that's why it's just confusing to me. I just don't get, like, what is the point of the Pro besides the visuals that not even everybody can achieve because they don't all have that TV. Do they really expect you to go out and buy a Sony 4K TV for $5,000 also on top of the PlayStation 4 Pro for $400 and the PlayStation VR for $400? Do I have $10,000 sitting around? No. I just don't get what they're fucking thinking. I don't.
Yeah.
I'm like baffled. But again, like, do I understand it? Yes. I'm not actually mad at them. I'm mad at just the way that this fucking technology and everything's going, because it's screwing everything up. It fucking screws everything up.
Yep.
Ugh. And like they were saying, like, it's life-proofing. What they're doing is life-proofing the PlayStation, because it's 2016, and 2018 is probably when PS5 comes out. They probably will announce it at E3 2017. I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Or maybe they'll have their own conference. Who knows? They'll have their own conference. I wouldn't be surprised if they do announce the PlayStation 5. They won't say it's the PlayStation 5. They'll say this is the next PlayStation. They won't even really go into specs and all that shit. And then it comes out in 2018. But like, I don't even know. Oh, that's 2018. It's still 2016. So they still have about a year and a half or more, because it'll probably come out holiday 2018.
Yeah.
So it's not even holiday 2016. So they have a little over 2 years left. Well, by 2 years, more people will have 4K TVs and stuff whose PlayStation may die or who doesn't have a PlayStation yet. And by then the price will probably be about $350. So then maybe they'll go buy it. Maybe, I don't know. But like, they're just doing it. They're doing it so that the PlayStation 4 can still be relevant in technology 1 or 2 years from now. But I don't care. Like, I want to play good games. I don't even need a 4K TV. I don't need that. I don't need HDR. I don't need any of it. Do that for the PlayStation 5.
Right. Yeah.
And the other thing too, real quick, it's strange to me, is why they didn't make, but because then there'd be no point in the, this doesn't make sense. So the Xbox One S can run 4K games. It can play games in 4K. That's the slim Xbox One.
Yeah.
The PS4, the new standard PS4, but I'll call it the PS4 Slim, does not run 4K. But both are priced at $300. Why couldn't they add the 4K element to the standard PS4? Yeah. And they basically should have scrapped the whole PlayStation Pro. And that's what they should have did. They should have basically scrapped it. I don't even know. I don't even know. The whole thing's a mess, basically. Scorpio coming out next November is what screws everything up. It really does. Because now you got a next-gen console in the middle of the next-gen life cycle.
Right.
So you got one coming out in the middle because they failed.
And like, where does NX fall in this? Like, is NX more powerful than Scorpio?
No.
Like,
supposedly it was going to be as powerful as the PS4. But which one? I don't know.
Right, and that puts Nintendo with Sony for the next couple of years. So now it's
right.
So
but the thing is, those Nintendo consoles are usually priced lower.
Yeah.
So it's like, is that going to be priced? Is the NX going to be $300 or is the NX going to be $250? Because in my opinion, like I said before, that is who Sony should be targeting, competitive, like pricing wise. That's who they should be going after with the PS4 Slim, not the Xbox One S. Fuck the Xbox One S. You already killed them. They don't even put out how many units they sold anymore. You're not even, what you're after with the S or with the Slim console, you should be after the casual gamer and an affordable console. So if you're priced at $250 and the NX is priced at $250, you're gonna get casual gamers to pick it up. Because PlayStation's a well-known name.
Right.
And then if you want to have the PS4 Pro, then you have the PS4 Pro. See, now what I'm saying right now makes more sense. Because then what you do is, so you have your PS4 Slim up against the NX at $250. But again, they didn't do this, but this would make more sense. So then you have the PS4 Pro, and for now, it would be against the Xbox One S.
Yeah.
Because the Xbox One S runs 4K and the Pro runs 4K. And then, yes, the PS4 Pro is priced at $400 and the Xbox One S is priced at $300. But the thing is, the PS4 Pro is 2 times as powerful as the regular PS4, so that justifies that $100 extra than the Xbox One S. And then next year, then the PS4 Pro is no longer battling the Xbox One S. The PS4 Pro is now battling the Xbox Scorpio or the Xbox 2. Will lose, maybe, but the PS3 didn't lose to the Xbox 360. So it's like, or the PS2, I mean, didn't lose to the Xbox 360. So it could be that game again. But that's not how they set it all up. So they fucking blew it, and let's see how it all falls apart.
Yeah.
Or maybe it won't. Who the fuck knows, though?
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see if the sales just continue to and like what NPD will report.
Slow? What will they do?
Yeah, I think honestly, I think everything will literally be completely okay until Scorpio. Like for a full year,
I don't know.
The Pro will be there, but I don't think the Pro will stop people from buying the Slim. You know, like if they're gonna get the Slim, if they're gonna get a PS4, they'll buy the Slim. I don't think it'll affect the sales that much. Like I could still see Sony winning most months in NPD until Scorpio happens. VR will affect it.
I have a feeling that the Slim is going to outsell the Pro either 2 or 3 to 1. I'll say 3 to 1.
Yeah, I'll say 3 to 1. It'll be quite the margin. I don't even think they may say pro sales. I don't even know what they'll do. But
I don't think they will either because they're not going to be very high.
No, they won't. And I don't know if. And the thing is, if they don't expect it to do well, that's another thing too. I mean, we don't know what they're expecting it. So if they don't expect it to do well, and they.
But you know what's weird actually though? Is what they were saying during the conference, how they were saying like a few first party or a few third party studios or something like that. Like the way that they were saying it, or like they're asking third party studios to consider, and it's like what do you mean consider and asking and all of this? Like, is anybody even on board with this? Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like those were the words that they were using. Like we urge them, or we ask them to consider patching their games, and it's like, well, what if they don't want to? What do you do with your console? Then it's no different. It's 2 times as powerful, but the same thing is the fucking regular system. And how is anybody even gonna know? Like, are you gonna be able to tell? Like, if I had a PS4 Pro right now, and I was playing the Battlefield 1 beta, would I fucking know if I was actually playing it on an upscaled PS4, like the PS4 was upscaling the game or not? Would I even know? Could I even tell? No, seriously, it's like, how are you gonna know? Like when the system actually is doing what it's supposed to do.
Right.
It's not like it's not like you can hit options, then it says Pro on or Pro off. How am I gonna fucking know when it upscales?
Yeah.
Man. And then, like we mentioned before, like at this coming E3, or even at the PlayStation Experience in December, they're going to have this is being played on PlayStation 4 Pro, and blah 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 blah. And like now, like every trailer and every gameplay thing that we're going to see from now on is all going to be run on PlayStation 4 Pro.
Right.
But like, are they also still going to pre-render stuff like they sometimes do? They usually don't, but sometimes they do. And it's not them. It will be like Ubisoft. It's third-party studios that they usually pre-render. Sony first-party ones rarely pre-render anything. But it's like, are they still going to have to pre-render things on the Pro? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because the reason that they pre-render things is what they did was on their PC, their high-end PC that they made the game on, like when they run the cutscene on the PC, they like record that, and that's how they put it into the game to make it look better. But the whole point of the Pro is that it's 2 times more powerful, so they should have to render anything. That's just how the game should look. Like how? I just don't even know how are you gonna market it? How are you gonna show people? Oh, this is better. Because the only way that you could show, oh, it's better on 4K TV, is if you have a fucking 4K TV. Well, if I'm watching your press conference on my computer is not 4K. So all I see is it looks a little bit better. The sun comes through the fucking clouds a little bit. So I just want a good game. You know, it's like
if that's even their goal to push it, because you have to wonder if are they gonna want to really push it, or are they gonna want to continue pushing regular PS4 in games, or are they gonna want to continue to push VR like crazy because they have to do that?
Yeah. Like, I don't know if they even know what they're trying to do. I truly don't. And the reason I don't know if they know is because they felt the need to like tell us like what it can do and all this technology stuff that no one understands. Like, that was them trying to like justify like what they were doing, because they didn't really know what else to even say.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, what was the actual need for a live press conference? Like with actual people in attendance. And did you watch it, by the way?
No.
Did you? Okay. No one, when they announced the PlayStation 4 Pro and everything, and like they showed it and everything, did you know that not one person clapped?
So
There was no clap, there was no applause or nothing, no cheer throughout the entire thing until the end. It was weird, like no one was excited about anything because no one understands it. And not even they understand, not even Sony understands it. Because they would have been like super excited, and they would have went out there and they would have showed you, all they would have did was show you games. And what they should have did was they should have split the screen down the middle and showed like, here's how it runs on the standard. Oh, by the way, here's the new standard PS4. It's way lighter. It's this. It's that. Comes out September 15th. Price at $300. They should have said $250. So that's the left side of the screen. On the right side is our new updated PlayStation 4, the PlayStation 4 Pro. It runs 4K. It could run 4K, or it could upscale your games to 4K. So instead of 1080p, it's 2760 or whatever the fuck it's called. And it does that automatically with algorithms. It uses high dynamic range, which makes colors and everything look better. And as they were saying it, they could have been playing the fucking Last Guardian, or they could have been fucking playing Horizon like they did at the end. They could have been doing that, and you would have seen the difference literally split down the fucking middle of the screen.
yeah.
That's what they should have did. And then, because then, it's like, okay, now I can see the difference. Is there a big difference? Maybe, maybe not. But then when you put so then when they had the PS4 Slim on the left side, like they actually did this. Like when they showed the console, it was on the left side of the screen. When they showed the Pros, on the right side of the screen. Then they had the list of all the prices under them. So what they could have did is at the end of the demo, the game could have faded, and then they could have showed you the prices. You know what I'm saying? So then it's like, okay, well, yes, the one on the left didn't look as good as the one on the right, but it's priced at $300. The one on the right is priced at $400. And I could see the $100 difference. I can now see what I'm getting for that $100 extra dollars. It could have been a fucking 10-minute thing. Not even. It could have been a 7-minute press conference. That's all they needed to do. They didn't even need to have a press conference. They could have just had a direct feed. That's all they had to do. And you know what? People would be happier. I would have been happier. Because then at least I get to see the fucking... I don't even know the difference right now. They showed 7 games. They showed Spider-Man, which, did it look good? Yeah. Did it look the same as it did at E3? Yeah, it did, actually. They're like, look at the pattern on the suit. I fucking saw that shit at E3 in the summer. So don't tell me about patterns. I saw it. So, Spider-Man. Then they have Watch Dogs 2. Guess what? Watch Dogs 2 look exactly like Watch Dogs 2 has looked since they announced Watch Dogs 2. Look the fucking same. Tomb Raider Remastered looked the exact same as when they announced Tomb Raider Remastered, or whatever it's called, Tomb Raider Rising, or whatever. I don't even care. It looked the same. They're like, look at her hair, how it blows. That's what you fucking were saying when it came out on Xbox One.
Yeah.
When they, you know, like, you're saying the same fucking stuff, so it looks the same to me. Like, I don't get what you're showing me. Then it's like, where is the PlayStation? Oh, okay, Uncharted 4. Look at how the explosions are now lighter. How the fuck am I going to remember what they looked like originally? It looked like a fucking explosion. It was fire. It was red and orange and yellow. Like, I don't, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, look at how much lighter the explosion is. Compared to what? You're not comparing it. You're just showing me a fucking explosion as Drake's on a bike, and I don't even get to see sweat on Drake. Like, I don't even know. Does Drake look any better? I mean, move so fast. Then what do they do? Then they showed, I think then they did VR after that. Then, like, it was a nothing thing. I didn't even know what it was. Then they showed Mass Effect. And then Horizon, I think. And did Horizon look really good? Yeah. And they tell you that if I didn't tell you that they were talking, if I didn't know that they were playing on a PlayStation 4 Pro, and I never saw Horizon before, ever, and if someone were to tell me that's running on a PS5, I would have actually believed them. It looked really, really good. It looked much better. Oh, you saw the trailer. It looked
amazing.
Much better than on the regular PS4 than we saw before. But guess what? If you would have fucking split the screen down the middle and showed me that, it looked a hell of a lot better too. And it really would have made me see, okay, now I know I would spend $100 extra.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or even $150 to show you it. I don't know how they're going to market it. I just don't get it. I really don't. And like, it actually upsets me because I like PlayStation a lot, and I like what they do, and I like what's coming and all that stuff. But like, all of our PS4s have the high dynamic range. Therefore, all the PS4 Pro can now do that's any different than that is different than the regular PS4 is the 4K, which only matters if you have a 4K TV. We established not a lot of people do. And I forgot the number, but look at the percentage, not very high at all. It's like 30 or 40%. No, it's less than. It's definitely in the 30% range out of 100. That's nothing. And it's 2 times more powerful. But who fucking cares if it's 2 times more powerful? So I don't know, dude. Oh my god. I want to blow Sony's head off. Ugh.
Wow.
I just don't get it. I don't get it. Oh my god. It's gonna be one heck of a ride, that's for sure. Now, until PS5, do you realize that this could actually really cost Sony a ton of money, which isn't good, because that means they can't put as much money into the PS5?
Yeah.
Like, because they're gonna build these PS4 Pro units, and a lot of them won't be selling. They'll be sitting. Like, it's not like they're made to order. You know what I mean?
Well, I just hope they're smart enough to...
Sony, hey, I'd like to put an order for PS4 Pro. It doesn't work like that.
Yeah, well, they just have to be smart enough to know where these fit. And if they know that, then they can be okay. Then they can, then, you know, if they're safe with their predictions of what they think Pro will do. And I think the next year is pretty important. The first year of Scorpio out is going to be very important. Yeah, really the next 2 years until PS5, once everything kind of settles down. Until then, you're going to have to kind of just hang out and watch and hope Sony doesn't. And you know what? They have to have their priorities straight too. Like, do you try and market Pro? Do you try and market the PS4, or do you try and market VR? I've always thought, and I think it should be, I think VR should be their #1 thing. Because VR is incredibly smart. They're, like Colin said it, I've said it, they're incredibly smart to get into the VR realm right now. Yeah, because it's early, it's exciting. They may take a loss at first, but to get in there right now when Microsoft is going to be way behind, if they even do it, it's very smart to do it. But that now they have to... People need to buy the VR, and I think they will. I think VR will actually do really, really good. But you have to market VR, and now are they going to have to take away from VR? Like Black Friday, what kind of ads are we going to see? Are we going to see VR ads, or are we going to see Pro ads? You can't
Pro
They,
ads.
they don't have...
It'll be all free.
I guess,
It's
but
gonna
then
be
there
all
might
free.
not be as many ads. Like you have to work.
And dude, how many bundles are they gonna make?
Yeah.
They'll have to have a PS4 Slim with 2 games, and then they'll have to have a PS4 Pro with 2 games. Then they'll have to have a PS4 Slim with VR and possibly a game, or maybe no game. PS4 Slim with a VR. Then they'll have a PS4 Pro with a VR. Like, Jesus Christ! I mean, that's not that they have. And don't get me wrong. Yes, bundles are fine. And there's tons of bundles every holiday. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, for everything that you do on the regular PS4, any kind of bundle that you make for the regular PS4, they're gonna have to do with the PS4 Pro.
Yeah.
That just makes it more expensive on the Pro side, so no one's even gonna fucking look at it. Because for Black Friday, people are trying to save money. They want the cheapest price. So it's like you make 2 columns, PS4 Slim bundles and PS4 Pro bundles. Don't even fucking look at the PS4 Pro side, because that shit's gonna be way more expensive.
Right.
You know what I mean? Especially if you want a VR. Oh, wow. And then like the PS. Can you look up a quick? Does the PlayStation VR, does that come with a PlayStation camera?
You can, if you buy it with the camera, both the Move controllers and the game, it's $500. If you buy it with if you buy just the VR itself, it's $400.
Bundle. That's another bundle, Alex. So now you're going to have PS4 Slim bundles, PS4 Pro bundles, and VR bundles.
Yeah. I'm just buying the VR. I'm just buying the VR base because I already have this stuff.
That's a PlayStation orgy this Black Friday.
I know. It's too much. It really is. Which is why I think when we wanted Slim to come out in February, that made more sense.
No, I didn't want... well, I did and I didn't. I did. So the only reason I said February for the PS4 Slim was so that they could sell off of the current PS4 that they have.
So
yeah, it is, because I don't want to hurt the VR at all, because it probably will.
Yeah, I don't want anything hurting it.
It doesn't. No, right. And you don't want to hurt it right off the bat, or take it out of anybody's mind, because like that's something that you need to kind of, I don't want to say get behind and support right away, but that is something that should be on people's radar. Like, don't just discredit it because, oh, it's $400 or whatever. Like, yes, right now there's no games on it, but like there will be. I'll say like off the bat, I forgot how many people pre-ordered it. Let's say 3 million people pre-ordered it. That's pretty good.
That's a very good amount, yeah. That's a very good amount.
That's a lot of people. So like, once developers realize, okay, there are going to be people who are going to be wanting and playing VR games, now we'll take a look at it and now we'll work on it. That's what we need. Like, we don't need something hurting it so that people don't buy it because they just had to spend fucking money on a Pro or whatever, however they do it. Like, you just don't want that, because then you're never going to get good games on that. You just won't.
Yeah. You don't want it to turn into the... You don't want it to be a Vita situation again.
No,
you gotta support it early.
You don't want it to be a PlayStation Move situation.
Or Move, yeah.
Because what was with the Move? Nothing came out of the Move.
Yeah. Yeah. I think Vita's a good example though of just like, if the support's not there in the beginning is so important. You gotta have people. You don't have to sell tens of millions, but you need to have a very strong base at first and keep it going steadily so that they know, okay, people are buying it. See, the Vita came out, it sold really well at first, and then it just stopped. VR could do the same thing. It could sell 5 million units between when it comes out and Christmas, and then it could just hit a wall. And that is not what needs to happen. And the Pro could be that wall.
Nope.
Like, that could be part of the reason why it starts out well and then it hits a wall, which is not good. So they could be shooting themselves in the foot. We'll have to wait and see for sure. So guys, what do you think of the PS4 Slim? What do you think of the PS4 Pro? You heard our rant about it. You can't call us Sony fanboys who just say everything good about them, because as you can tell, that is definitely not true. I'd love to hear people say that after this video. You don't have much to work on. So
Try.
yeah. So let us know what you think about the two consoles, the price, release date, what you think about the future of this generation next. Where does Scorpio fit in? Where does the NX fit into this? Make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Make sure you like the video, share with all your friends. Tyler, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for joining me, Alex.
You are welcome, and we will see you guys on the next video.